Would you give us a general idea of the main features of Kitely, especially the features that distinguish it from virtual worlds like Second Life and others based on similar code?
Kitely provides virtual worlds on demand, enabling you to get the virtual environment you want when you want it and share it with only the people you want to share it with. Whereas in other virtual worlds, land is usually an expensive asset to maintain. In Kitely, you can have dozens of full regions of your own for the price it would cost you to get a single region elsewhere. And whereas in Second Life and other OpenSim-based grids, they keep virtual environments always on, even when they aren't actually being used. Kitely only allocates simulators to virtual environments that are actually have avatars inside them. This enables us to provide high-capacity regions running on powerful servers at a small fraction of the price other services providers charge. Even the free time-based region you get with our free plan supports up to 100,000 prims and 100 concurrent avatars. We can do all of this because we don't have to spend money on keeping servers active when they aren't in use. This allows us to afford allocating a lot more resources to simulators that do need them. For example, Kitely gives simulators that are under a continuous heavy load their own dedicated multi-core servers with up to 8 gigabytes of memory and a gigabit connecting to the net. You can compare that to things you can get in other places, and you'll see that the amount of server resources you get here would usually cost you a lot more than $100 per month. And when you get to the prices, you see how much cheaper it is in Kitely. Now, Kitely doesn't just use standard OpenSim and more powerful hardware. We've also developed our own cloud-based assets and inventory system, which provide much better user experience than what you usually get in Second Life and other grids based on unaugmented OpenSim. So this means faster rest times, less lag, and so forth. And finally, we created an advanced megaregions model, which allows you to have spaces that are up to 16 times the land area of standard Second Life regions, but behave as a single region. That is, there's no region crossing issues. They're just one big region up to 1,024 meters by 1,024 meters. That's 16 times larger than 256 by 256 you get in Second Life. Now, Kitely's advanced megaregions are much better than the standard megaregions that OpenSim supports. They're up to 5 times faster, and they don't suffer with the various limitations which have given megaregions a bad name in other places. Now, the takeaway from this would be that with Kitely, you can actually get a very, very powerful virtual environment to use for whatever you want at a very much better cost than you can get in other places. And instead of having to wait a long time in Kitely, you just press a button and you get to your virtual world. It's created from scratch or created from something, an archive you had stored in advance.
What interests or objectives would lead people looking for a virtual world specifically to come to Kitely? What does Kitely offer in support of those interests?
Kitely virtual worlds have been used for training, education, collaboration, simulations, art exhibitions, machinima creation, theatrical performances, role-playing, information centers, book promotions, 3D design, and entertainment activities. Kitely can be used by anyone, including by people who wish to meet people they haven't met before. That said, Kitely worlds provide added value to people who bring in their own visitors, as Kitely enables world managers to get the immersive experience they want without having to deal with unwanted people interrupting their activities. Kitely's systems saves world managers from having to deal with briefers by providing a simple web-based interface to define who can access the world. It also saves people from having to schedule virtual space for their in-world activities, as getting a private world in Kitely is always just a few mouse clicks away. In Kitely, you can press a new world button and get the world you want, when you want it, for the people you want to use it with. Kitely's web-based interface enables you to manage multiple virtual worlds and see how they are being used. You can easily create a new world by pressing the New World button. Select which template or OpenSim archive file to use to create that world, select the world size, and fill in the world's name and description. You can then either configure who may access that world or leave it public and press the Create button to have the world automatically created and added to your My Worlds list. The world you create will have its own web page with all the aforementioned information. Integrated social media buttons people can use to help promote your world, and the name of the world manager with associated contact options. You can also add a world image to that page if you want. This world page includes a big Enter World button people can use to log into your world. If they don't yet have a Kitely account, pressing this button will guide them through the process until they are logged into your world. Kitely's web interface enables you to do things that are complicated to do in other worlds. You can press a button to clone a world, and a new copy of the world will be added to your My Worlds page. This isn't just a backup, it's a world people can visit at the same time that other people are visiting other copies of your world. This is because every Kitely world gets its own simulator when it needs one. This world cloning feature is useful for builders so they can create snapshots of their builds and continue developing the world in multiple ways without having to lose any of their work. They can easily guide people through multiple versions of their content by visiting the world that includes them. Remember, all of these worlds can be active at the same time. This doesn't require people to package their builds to redeploy new ones. Teachers can use this feature to split students into small teams for team learning activities, giving each group its own copy of the world and letting them develop it during class. Finally, once the assignment is over, the entire class can teleport between the various worlds and see how each group did. This is also where Kitely's access controls come in handy. The world manager can limit each copy of the world to a different group of people and see who visited those worlds in his Kitely account history page. Kitely also enables you to easily export OpenSim archive backups of your world, which you can use in other grids and even in an OpenSim instance running at home. Kitely has built-in copyright protection systems which prevent unauthorized content from being exported this way. All content sold from Kitely Market includes a form of export flag that merchants can use to define whether their content will be exportable from Kitely. This system tracks content while it remains in Kitely, even if it has been rezzed, copied, modified, or transferred to other people. The takeaway is that Kitely enables you to manage virtual worlds with the ease in which you manage files on your hard drive. You can open them, you can copy them, you can export them to other systems. You can see a list of everyone who visited your worlds, when they did so, and how long they stayed. You can see a list of all the transactions that you were involved with, who they were with, and where they happened. All this enables you to manage not only the virtual worlds themselves, but also the other things that you might need to use those environments. All this additional capability built into Kitely are designed to enable you to use virtual worlds for more than just meeting random people, but also for easily conducting the virtual activities that you have in mind.